We're live.
What up? Let's get weird. It's your boy Tommy G here with the Friday. It's Friday, right, Bill?
Friday
Edition of Stay Cashin. The final Sweet 16 edition of Stay Cashin. The pre-Elite 8 edition of Stay Cashin. And the possibly conspiracy edition of Stay Cashin.
That's what I hear.
I have just been informed, before I even let you two talk, I have just been informed over the last 24 hours that the two people on this show who have made it very clear to me, almost talking down to me in a very condescending tone as my bosses, Tommy, you're going to keep your conspiracy shit off this show, right? Have you not both done that to me?
I have.
Yeah.
Okay, both of them lecturing me like a child. And all of a sudden, in the last 24 hours, Bill is on the Four Deep Discord talking about the faction who he believes is an overruling class, a secret society who's controlling and manipulating the governor of New York. And we'll talk about that from a vaccine and athletic standpoint. And my producer, Evan Hand, just says right before the show starts, I think I got a conspiracy theory. What is going on?
It's
Bill,
a banger.
I'll start with you before. I can't wait to see what Evan's fucking talking about.
It's nothing.
I want to hear Evans first.
Let's start with Evan.
All right. So we all know that St. Peter's is playing today. Is that correct?
We do know that. It's hard
All right.
for us to know because we
Today is March 25th, and I was just informed that today is National Peacock Day.
Peacock.
So the stars are going to align. St. Peter's is going to win today because it is National Peacock Day.
Wow.
Good possibility. It is National Peacock Day.
That's a real thing, huh?
Yep.
I just showed it.
Theaters, huh?
I told my mother that this morning. Happy National Peacock Day. She's
That's
like,
that.
did you know? Did a peacock attack the lady at the zoo the other day? And it was the worst. I should have never told my mom it was Peacock Day. I got a whole 20-minute discussion about peacocks attacking.
You gotta know Bill's mom to know how funny that is. That's fucking great. So, Evan, will you be betting on the Peacocks today at St. Peter's?
I don't know if I'm that deep into it, but if they do win, I will say that it is attributed directly to National Peacock Day being today.
There's another conspiracy. I need someone in the chat to step up here for me. There's another conspiracy going on with St. Peter's. Bill, maybe you remember. Someone was talking about it yesterday in our Discord as we were winning tons and tons of fucking money on Houston and Duke, and while the rest of the world had the other side. But I digress. Bill, there was another thing about the Pope or the Archbishop or something going on at the Vatican. They're shutting something down for the game. Do you remember hearing it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Someone in the chat, let me know. There's something else going on with St. Peter's today. Something going on with the church and St. Peter's that they're doing something or there's something's involved. So I don't want to fuck it up. Just someone in the chat will know because we were talking about it in the Discord last night. So Evan, is that the only conspiracy theory you were in on? What about the conspiracy theory that I rode to the promised land last night as someone who hates Duke and doesn't want to bet Duke ever? I think they suck. But I said Coach K is going for his 100th double NCAA win, and they're not going to fucking let Coach K get knocked out of this without getting to the Final Four. So we bet Duke on the conspiracy theory. There was some analytics behind it too. And the conspiracy theory proves true. And not only that, they knock out Gonzaga for the next team he has to play.
But you got to talk about the ones that don't come true, too.
No. Every conspiracy theory I've ever had comes true.
We also went heavy on them when it was his last home game. Let's not all
I didn't.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, though, those things go hand in hand.
Right, that's
You're
true.
not going to let Coach K lose his last home game ever. What the fuck? And then
I didn't.
smacked him.
The reason I didn't go heavy on his last home game is because that was the one day this year that I slept through the whole Saturday. So you'll never know if I would have. But Bill Rupp.
You would have.
Oh, I listen. Like Deshaun Watson just said in his interviews, a court cleared me, and I am not that man. So I don't know. You don't have any witnesses.
Two courts.
You don't have any proof. You have no proof. Bill Rupp, ladies and gentlemen, are you still hunting down the faction? How is that coming?
I am hot on their tail.
Mm-hmm. How's that going?
I mean, it's good. I got the New York City Fire Department, Police Department, Sanitation Department, Teachers Union, all on my side.
Okay. And what do you think's going on here? You think there's going to be some big trouble in Little China for Mr. Adams?
I mean, he's in big doo-doo. Said he's following the science. Well, I mean, supposedly this morning, New York City's 30% higher on their COVID cases. So I don't understand how that's following the science, but maybe he has different science than the CDC. I don't know.
The faction. Have you heard about the faction?
Why could Aaron Judge play a baseball game, but a firefighter can't fight a fire?
That's my exact point.
I mean, and the funny thing is, you could break that down even deeper, because here's the thing that if you really want to dive in, firefighters and baseball players are almost the same exact situation. Literally almost the same exact situation. Both of them do their primary job outdoors, right? So both of them are doing their primary job outdoors. Both of them spend more time in the clubhouse or the firehouse than they do outdoors. So you're actually spending a larger percentage in the clubhouse or in the firehouse than you do outdoors. And realistically, they all hang out together after the games or after work together. So if you look at a firefighter going into work in the morning, he gets up, straps up, drives to work, goes in the firehouse, probably hangs in the firehouse for a few hours, eats some donuts, some coffees, waits for a call. And then they're running around fucking saving the world for 3 or 4 hours. Then they go back to the firehouse. When they're all done, most firefighters will have a drink and then they'll go home. It's exactly what a baseball player does. Goes to the field, is in a locker room, hanging out in the locker room, getting dressed, goes out on the field, does their job, goes back into the locker room, goes for a drink, goes home. It's the same thing. Same thing. How can it be treated differently?
Listen, that's what they want to know. I mean, maybe because Uncle Stevie gave a lot of money.
It is why.
You know?
It is why. Uncle Stevie, Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen fired me from SiriusXM. So that gives us further belief that Steve Cohen is part of the faction. Right, Bill?
I believe he's definitely a key member.
Facts. Do you know what the faction is, Evan? Have you heard Bill's analysis?
Nope.
So Bill the other day in the Discord just instead of, you know how I say cabal and Illuminati, you know, at Tripoli and all of us, the cabal, the Illuminati, the fucking evil empire, the skull and bones, like, whatever names you want to fucking give to the secret society, right? Well, Bill doesn't believe in any of that until 3 days ago when he realized Mayor Adams was taking orders from someone else, right, Bill? And then Bill comes on the mic and goes, I've realized something today. I've just figured something out. Like, he broke the case. Like, I haven't been in his ear about this for 5 years. Just, there's a small secret faction of powerful people that control the mayor of New York.
I don't think that's a conspiracy. I feel like that's more of a fact than anything.
And he calls it the faction. There's a faction. And I actually love it. I like the faction more than cabal or Illuminati, because Illuminati and cabal, they're buzzwords, right? They turn people off. Mm-hmm. The faction is great. So Bill is now on a hunt. And let me read you the text before we get back to sports. This, on my mother, no context, Evan. There's nothing more than what I'm going to read to you right now. Bill sent me a video the other night about rolling up the bottom of your jeans, like we used to do with the Cavaricis, right? That was the last thing I got. And then the first thing in the morning I wake up to, I will expose the faction in New York City. If someone kills me, you know why. You will be notified where my secret files are with instructions on what to do with them, ! And I just sent back like a salute. Like,
yes, sir.
What?
Bill's becoming a vigilante.
Listen, I mean, I'm hot on their tails.
I mean, listen, Brian Laundrie, watch out. That was just a test run for what Bill Rupp's about to do.
Coming.
So what do we got in the fucking what do we got in the news here today, boys? Since I was up in the Discord with everyone till 6 a.m. last night, on this show we're gonna go into all the NCAA bets that your little hearts could desire. We'll recap yesterday's. We'll get some NBA bets, NHL bets. Constantino will be on for some UFC bets. So we're going to get you covered on every single front. But I got to see if I missed any news that we should talk about and I need to pretend I know about.
I mean, Tyreek Hill did crush my heart yesterday. He did a presser, and they asked him, they were like, what was your final decision on between the Jets or the Dolphins? Like, what was your pick? And then he goes, who? The Jets? I was never going there. So we were doing all this for nothing. And yet again, the Jets are the laughing stock of the NFL.
Well, I mean, listen, it wouldn't be a day in sports unless the Jets were the butt of some joke, right? Yep. So it's just more reason to hate Tyreek Hill. I'm happy with that. I fucking hate the motherfucker to begin with, so that's even better. Let's get right into Bill. Did you have any headlines that you wanted to speak to?
No, I mean, we talked about the vaccine, and now they got in, Judge and everybody gets to play. Kyrie gets to play at home this weekend. Judge gets to play. Baseball's back a couple weeks. Really, that's Triple H. WWE retired. He did a whole thing with Stephen A. He got heart problems.
Didn't he retire like 15 years ago?
Yeah, but he'll never. But when they retire, they always say like Stone Cold is going to do something at WrestleMania, but Triple H said he can never do anything in the ring like ever again because of his heart. And he supposedly got really serious bad heart problems, I guess, for.
I wonder if that has anything
20,
to do with
30 years of
fucking piles of steroids every day.
Repeated steroid use will definitely have that.
I mean, these guys fucking all like, you've seen all the documentaries on the wrestlers. Like, their bodies get beat to shit. They're all on painkillers and fucking doing blow and partying just to fucking. They're partying when they were younger. Now they're on painkillers just to survive because their bodies are falling apart. And they're shooting up fucking steroids nonstop. I mean, the average lifespan of a fucking of a wrestler is like the same as like a Great Dane, right? Like, these big dogs die in like 6-7 years. Like, I mean, it's fucking crazy, dude. These guys just stop.
Yeah, he's got a defibrillator on him, and 52 years old. Sad.
Yeah, it's all, dude. How many wrestlers do you know that really like have made it deep into their? By the way, Great Danes live an average of 6 to 10 years, so not a bad one. About 8 years. That's not long for a dog. How many wrestlers do you know that really make it into like their 80s, right? Like 70s, 80s, where you see them still function? Like, none of them. They're all dead by then.
Or they're like completely nuts.
Yeah, they're dead in their 50s, 60s, or like homeless in their 70s. Like, yeah, I mean, dude, Vince McMahon and that organization needs to do something about this because McMahon's obsessed with these monster guys. So he's just all in on the fucking juice heads, and these guys are fucking juicing up to get in there. They're all fucking dying.
Well, I mean, who would you rather? Would you rather see like a guy who's a great talker like The Miz? You want those guys, but then you also want the Brock Lesnar's who just come out there and are and are just fucking.
But I mean, when you think about wrestling back in the day, it was better when there was like King Kong Bundy and Andre the Giant and fucking. You had the little guys that would fly around. You had the big guy. Not everyone was just a jacked up monster.
Well, there's that big, heavy, fat guy. Remember the guy you had in the
there's like one. Yeah.
Brutus, whatever his name is.
Back then, there wasn't that many people that were jacked up. You had like fucking Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, and Hogan was pretty jacked, but even he wasn't ripped. He was just big and jacked. I don't know. I just feel like they've gotten where every single person looks like a fucking muscle-bound Ken doll.
Well, you see, like, what's his name now? You said it the other day. We said how Riddle was getting fucking huge.
Like, I love Riddle, and now he's turning into a meathead. Anyway, let's get to real sports. Sorry, wrestling fans. I don't consider that a real sport. Let's go to yesterday's action, Bill. It sucks, but I got to take my victory lap here, Bill. As we're arguing about Gonzaga, I told everyone Gonzaga is not going to win it all. Don't put it in your brackets. Wrote about 500 words about why Gonzaga wasn't going to win it all in the Tommy G Bible, which you can check on my Twitter. Then I put him in a parlay, and another parlay, and another parlay.
Well, I mean, there wasn't many people who didn't have them in a parlay to juice. Listen, if you're gonna add a minus 500-600 to your fucking bet to make that a little bit more plus money, you got to expect it to possibly lose because it happens all the time. The biggest favorite on the money line loses in the parlay all the time. It happens all the time. It happens in baseball, happens in hockey, happens in football, happens now. So, I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, I was so mad I didn't get out of that game yesterday. I'm telling you that Gonzaga looked so bad. Like you said, Arkansas, all they had was being athletic. And that's how Gonzaga was able to beat people, running them down the court, getting those layups. They couldn't run back on these guys and get those easy twos because they sure as fuck can't shoot fucking three-pointers. We know that. They're awful shooting basketball team. Disgusting.
I mean, it's really interesting. So, I mean, honestly, I won the next 3 games after that, and actually ended up having a very profitable day, believe it or not, with a lot of stuff pending. So I don't want to make it sound like it was bad. It was great after that. It's just always hard, Bill, especially as a handicapper that it's out and fucking giving plays to your subscribers. When you go kind of all in on the initial slate on a team like Gonzaga on the money line and it loses, and you're watching Holmgren just get ridiculously officiated. I have friends who don't even believe in fixes, don't believe in conspiracies, nothing, texting me going, dude, that was shady. Like, what the hell was up there? Why were they calling?
Calls where he's standing just like
he
this.
He wasn't even doing anything on 3 of his fouls. Literally, just even the announcers who always try to plead the fifth and not look bad were like, that's not, did you think that was a foul? Like, dude, and you're talking about a dude who against Memphis was hacking people to start the second half and should have had his third foul and been out, and Gonzaga never would have been there. So, I mean, that was really shady. But I'm not even going to blame it on that, even though it was pretty fucking obvious. I'm not even going to blame it on that because the bottom line is, like you said, Gonzaga didn't have anything. Like they had nothing. They weren't hitting their threes. They weren't hitting their free throws. They were turning the ball over. I think they turned the ball over like 17 times. They looked unmotivated. They didn't hit a big shot. Timmy was missing fucking bunnies at the rim in big spots. Nimhard couldn't fucking throw the ball in the ocean. They didn't deserve to win that game. And Arkansas sucks. Arkansas is not good.
Timmy and Holmgren alone, Nemhard is a huge part of that team, and for him to go 2 for 11 from the field,
you can't.
You're not going to win. I think he had 1 3. He only shot 3 of them. You're not going to win with him having 7 points. It's just not going to happen.
And you can't. You can't because they're not athletic. That's the thing. That's the thing I've always say about Gonzaga. They're not athletic, and that bites you in times like this for the simple fact that they're gonna get. He's one of their only athletes. Right. So it's like you can't be fucking having your only athlete fucking shit all over the place and have your other athletic big. Obviously, we know Holmgren is not super athletic, but I mean, for his size, he's amazingly athletic, in foul trouble the whole time. And then you're just relying on Timmy and, really another cast of characters. But I mean, this Gonzaga team fucking sucks, bro. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. They suck every year, Bill. Are you going to take Gonzaga to win it all again next year if they do the same?
I didn't really have them to win it all in most of it. Like I said, I did 40% Kentucky, 40% UCLA, and then I had Gonzaga in the other 20%. So I didn't really have them in a lot of my things. The only reason I picked it is because they were number one. They were, and their odds were so low.
They had an easy bracket, and
they had such an easy fucking road, bro, to fucking get to the Final Four. So it was all they would have to do was win 2 games. Like the fucking Final Four in a championship. Dude, the road was ridiculously easy.
Yeah, it was. They
couldn't even get to the game to where I thought it would be hard for them. Duke, well, we don't even know if Duke will make it, but looks like they may. But
now they have. Yeah.
They didn't even get to the fucking Final Four. So
yeah, well, see, that's the thing. Duke's in their region, so they would be playing Duke right now. And I'll read you the first. I know Evan just flashed it on the screen. I mean, here was my write-up on Gonzaga in the basketball Bible. Gonzaga is the number 1 overall seed, and I have zero interest in them winning it all. You know why? Because Gonzaga never wins the championship. They are always a 1 seed. Fucking stop picking them. Stop, in all capital letters. They're the 2020 to 2022 Naomi Osaka of March Madness, where people just refuse to accept they are never going to win. And then I went into
their team was 10 times better last year.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Well, I mean, they made it to the fucking championship game last year.
It doesn't, dude. Last year was the weakest college basketball field in the history of the world.
I mean, it's pretty bad this year.
It is. It's more balanced.
It's last year was way better than this year.
No, last year there was a few teams who were good and everyone else sucked. This year you don't really have any teams that are great, but you have a lot of good.
The players are 10 times better. Look at these guys in the NBA. The rookies are awesome. Some of these guys are awesome in the NBA. They're all stars.
That doesn't mean anything.
What do you mean? Doesn't mean anything?
That they're great.
Who's coming out this year? Who's coming out this year that's going to be great in the NBA next year? Not many.
You don't know. That's the thing. Jaden Ivey could be an all-star next year. You don't fucking know.
We'll see. This draft maybe 4 or 5 players.
Jabari Smith could be a superstar. I mean, you don't know. I mean, dude, last year you got to remember. Last year, fucking Gonzaga did the same thing as this year. They got fed a joke of a fucking bracket. They got fed a joke of a bracket. Every year they try to get Gonzaga to fucking win it. Here's who Gonzaga played last year on their run to the finals.
Well, when you're
Norfolk
number one
State, hold
seed,
on, Norfolk State, a 16 seed. Then Missouri, who was an 8 seed. Then UC Santa Barbara in the Sweet 16, who was a 12 seed. Okay. So they literally played a 12 seed in the Sweet 16. Then they went to the Elite 8 and they played a garbage USC team who was a 6 seed. They haven't played anyone higher than a 6 seed. Then they get to the fucking Final Four and they play Alabama, which was a good game, and they won that. Then they should have. I mean, come on, dude.
They're the 1 seed, Tommy. It's not going to change when they're in that fucking conference.
But they walked there. They keep giving them.
I mean, it's not going to change. They're going to win.
Number 2 in their division last year was in their bracket last year was Iowa. They keep giving them walks to the finals
because they're the 1 seed. The 1 seed is supposed to have the easiest road.
I get it. They still can't win. What I'm telling you is they can't.
Well, because they're not that good.
No, they're not that battle tested. That's the problem.
Well, they
with
don't play anybody during the regular season.
Exactly. That's why I keep telling you.
Nothing like that. It's not going to change.
I know. And that's what I started this sentence with. They're never going to win it all. It doesn't matter. They're never going to win it. They're not battle tested enough during the season. They don't play a tough schedule. They play fucking St. Mary's, and their every other team is St. Mary's home of the blind. They fucking play nobody. So when they get to the tournament, they're not ready.
Yeah, everybody always says they're not going to win it. Well, tell me the game that they're not going to fucking win it on so I can bet against them.
I wish that would have been, yeah. I mean, listen, honestly, I bet against them against Memphis. Memphis covered, so we won the bet. But I thought I had them to get knocked out against Memphis in my bracket, and everyone laughed at me. Well, guess what? Memphis is better than Arkansas. So.
Well, it doesn't matter who's bet. It's day to day.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, listen, even me as one of the biggest Gonzaga haters did not think they lose to Arkansas. I didn't even think that was possible. No way. The other games, Villanova, Michigan, if you didn't have your life savings on Michigan and parlays, you're retarded. I was talking to Bill and the subscribers. I thought Michigan, Villanova was a joke. I mean, that was a joke matchup. Like how every sharp in America was on Michigan. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. They were lucky to come within 8 in that game. That game should have been Villanova just dominated it from start to finish. Like there was no point. I don't think they trailed at one point in the game after like the first
first like couple minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They literally, and people were like, oh, well, the Michigan kept it close. They almost covered. I'm like, dude, they didn't have the lead once the whole game from the 5-minute mark. You're on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side. If your team doesn't have a lead the whole fucking game, you're on the wrong side, bro. Like you got lucky to come within 8 and you still didn't cover. So Villanova was a joke. That was easy. You should have Villanova in every parlay. I said I like them better than the Gonzaga money line. The last 2 games is what we needed, Billy Rupp, because unfortunately Villanova played with Gonzaga at the same time. So if you got parlays going, we couldn't rebet Villanova. So that sucked because I couldn't get Villanova back in anything. Did have the capability of getting Houston, who I loved, back into things. And I went hard at Houston and then pretty hard at Duke too. We got the dub on both of those and have some nice stuff carrying over to today and fucking saved the day and ended up actually. But what's your take on the Duke game and the Houston game?
Like I said, I was done after yesterday. Right in the beginning, once Gonzaga lost, I was just there to watch the game.
You were like, you threw your hands up.
Yeah, I'm not throwing any more money after bad. I didn't really like Duke, to be honest. I thought that they could win the game, but it wasn't enough for me to put my money on it. I had them at the last part of my parlay in the beginning, but I wouldn't have rebet them. And then Houston, I liked Houston. I think they're really good. Them in Tennessee, I liked a lot.
I don't understand why people are not understanding how good Houston is.
Yeah, Houston's a very good team. I mean, they basically have the same exact team from last year, which was great. So I like them a lot. And like I said, the Duke I could do without. But there was a lot of people, everybody who I spoke to.
Bro.
I was getting text messages, Michigan. And I really wasn't even that. I really didn't even like betting. I just wanted to watch the games yesterday. Didn't really want to go all in on it. And I was just like, yeah, and everyone was just texting, Michigan. And I know when I get a million texts.
There's been a couple of these every week, Bill, where I'm like, Michigan yesterday? What was the one last week? There was 2 of them. It was against Houston and against Villanova. Remember we did our back the truck up Villanova-Houston parlay? Everyone's on the other side of both of those. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I think there's like 3 or 4 teams that fucking Ken Palm or whatever they're using to fucking do their analysis just has wrong. Like Villanova, Houston, and UCLA. Like everyone's going to be against UCLA tonight, I bet you, right? What are you seeing right now so far?
No, I haven't really spoke to many people about it, but I didn't see really much on it yet.
I think UCLA is probably one of the worst lines of the entire tournament. Like the fact that that's a fucking 2-point spread. Like, it's a disgrace. And every time UCLA plays, they're getting embarrassed. But I mean, if you looked at the money line yesterday, 99% of money line bets were on Gonzaga. 99. Only 1%. And guess what, Bill? The second highest money line bets yesterday, because the Houston-Arizona game was 53-47. So pretty balanced. Texas Tech Duke was actually 50-50 split money line. The second highest one was Michigan-Villanova. 72% of people were on the Michigan money line. 72% of bets on the Michigan money line. What? Like, what? Like, it's wow. But listen, if you're on the side and you hurt your parlays, 99% of the people with you. But yeah, a lot of people got fucking killed yesterday, dude. Like, for us to make it out up top yesterday is pretty crazy. 61% of bets were on Arizona compared to 39. So that was another one that hurt me. I don't know why everyone was on Arizona against Houston, Bill. I don't get it. But I mean, today, now that we look forward, get to the windshield, you could flip those. You could put college basketball up now. We'll just run it right in. By the way, Evan, what did you think of the festivities yesterday, Sweet 16?
The Houston game, you said?
Did you watch any of the games yesterday? What did you think of the games, or
I did. I'm just glad that the props hit, the Timmy props and the. I don't think Gillespie hit, but the Timmy prop hit. So that's all I wanted.
I went 4-1 on props yesterday. The Gillespie one was the only one that didn't hit. So we're gonna be doing some more props today for sure. I've noticed a little bit of a trend here from the prop market that we're gonna try and exploit again tonight. But who are you rooting for, E?
I'm going Houston or UCLA. Actually, because you've been heavy on them. I put Houston going to the Final Four in my bracket, so let's ride with them.
Should we call that UCLA?
Oh, UCLA. I like that.
UCLA. He's a UCLA fan. There you go. So let's get to it today, Bill, on the college basketball front. Is there a game? I'll start with you. We got St. Peter's, Purdue, who we can't watch. We can't bet because we're in Jersey, so we're fucked there. We should go to Jersey City, Bill. It's Friday night. St. Peter's, Jersey City. It's going to be popping with fucking 20-something-year-old girls just fucking drunk with their titties out. We should definitely go swaying our old dicks around a little bit.
You're going to have a lot of fans there, too, because it's not that far away.
Right. And we should go over there and fucking go streaking.
A lot of people I heard are making the travel to go to the game. Mm-hmm. So they should have a big fan base there tonight, too.
I agree. So you don't want to go streaking through Jersey City with me?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Maybe Hoffman will. We'll talk about Hoffman. So we got St. Peter's, Purdue. We got Providence, Kansas, North Carolina, UCLA, and then Iowa State, Miami in that order. The NCAA is retarded, Bill. They want to stack these games so that they're both at halftime at the same time, and they're both fucking ending at the same time when we only got 4 fucking games, and you could be literally just sitting on a fucking 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or spread it out so we could see a full game every fucking 3 hours. But no, Bill, they want to stack them. So we got 7:09 and 7:29, and then 9:39 and 9:59. Is there any game on this list that jumps out at you?
I like UCLA. That's my favorite. I could do without the Kansas. That spread's too high. Iowa State, Miami is like an awful, shitty game to me. I don't even know who wins. And the other one I can't bet on unless I go to I drive to 10 miles or 10 minutes to go to New York City and place the bet. Stupid. I can't bet on that game. But UCLA is the favorite one. That's my favorite one for today. I will be betting that one, and I think I might just do a straight play on them.
Yeah, it's I'll run through this individually real quick here. St. Peter's, Purdue. We got to go with the conspiracy, right? We got to go with the peacock conspiracy. And did anyone in the fucking chat, you lazy fucks, did anyone find out what the thing was with the fucking priest? I know you were in the fucking Discord last night. Find out what the fuck is going on with the conspiracy theory with the priest or the Vatican or the Pope and the peacocks. Someone, come on, keep your eye out for it, Evan. But that's the game I actually have the least interest in. I think it's going to be it's one of those situations where I've learned over the years through March Madness, when you're dead wrong on a team, you're probably not going to just start getting right on them in the Sweet 16, right? I thought St. Peter's sucked. It's honestly the only team in this whole entire field that I didn't watch at all this year, because in Jersey we can't bet on them. So every night when I'm putting out all my bets, that's the last thing I'm putting on my TV is a St. Peter's game because I can't bet it. So I watched no St. Peter's this year at all, and it bit me because didn't see them beating Kentucky, didn't think they had a prayer against Murray State, and tonight, I mean, what? I've been dead wrong on them once. I said they were the worst 15-16 seed in the tournament. Dead wrong on that. Dead wrong against Murray State. So what, now I'm a fucking genius and now I'm going to predict? Who the fuck knows? Good luck. You handicap Purdue, St. Peter's. Good fucking luck. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to take the points. I'm going to fucking take a little bit on the money line, especially the first half money line. I'm going to throw a little sprinkle on it. A little sprinkle. May do some Edie props because he's a fucking monster and they're going to foul him all game. I'm just going to sit back and watch it. Because you don't fucking know what's going to happen either. You have no idea. No one can handicap St. Peter's. So good luck. Give me the 12. If they lose by 50, I'll have one unit on it, then I'll keep it moving. But there ain't no way I'm fucking getting burned on the other side of this fucking team again. So I'm just taking the points, a little sprinkle on the money line, and going to be betting it in micro size. So no official play here on Stay Cashin for that one. No official play on the St. Peter's game. I want nothing to do with it. But I will find props for it. So I'll find some props for it as we go and I dig in. So sign up at 4deepbets.com, number 4deepbets.com, and I will have some props up. 4-1 on the props yesterday. We'll have props again on the site. Next game here, Bill Rupp, UCLA, North Carolina. You think UCLA whoops them? You think they edge them out?
No, I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay.
I think UCLA pulls it out in the end.
Yeah, I'm on UCLA here. It's my favorite bet pretty much of the entire day for sure, the rest of the weekend for sure. I love, hard-on, man crush, love this UCLA team. And they cost us a lot of money last year, Bill, by making the run that they made. And we learned last year that this team's a bunch of fucking killers. You want to talk about having killers on your team and having senior leadership. I mean, you got Tiger Campbell, you got Juzang, you got Jaquez, you got a lot of fucking killers on this team. A lot of different places they can go. So if they're in a close game, they got the guys to finish it at the end. I don't think UNC is good at all. I think they're a bad basketball team. I think you just got to try and slow them down, and you can't let them get up in tempo. But even when they do get up and run out on you, they'll still have those droughts where they just fucking can't do anything for a period of time. I think they're going to be able to rebound on UCLA. I think they're going to be able to push pace. I just don't think they're going to have enough to win this game. So I love UCLA in this minus 140. That is my favorite bet of the day. UCLA, I think they go all the way to the finals. We got them at 36-1 to win the championship before this started. They're down to like 900 on most sites. Kansas, Providence. Bill, any lean here? Anything? You going to throw Kansas in parlays or nothing?
Nah, too much. The line's too big. I'm going to leave that game alone because I could see Providence winning.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. A lot of money on Providence in this game. Looks like this line's moving down. It started at 8. Looks like it's down to 7 in a lot of spots. Looks like the Providence is taking in 79% of the money, 70% of the bets. So a lot of people jumping on this Providence train. It's been a little bit of a trend here in these college basketball tournaments that whenever you see 90%, 80% of people on something, it usually goes the other way. Another game that I don't have tremendous interest in. I do have a lot of interest in some props on this game. One of the ones that I had here was Abaji. Hold on, let me just pull it up for you. Player points. Yeah, if you could do a same game parlay with Abaji minus 265. So I like him as a parlay piece. So if it lets you parlay him and someone else, you could do that. I would go Abaji minus 265 paired with Tiger Campbell. I'll give you one prop. Okay, a little prop combo here. Abaji, Tiger Campbell, 10 plus points. So that pays plus 110. I'll write that in for you, Evan.
All right.
Ocha Abaji of Kansas, 15 plus points, minus 265. And Tiger Campbell of UCLA, 10 plus points, minus 188. So we're looking at Abaji, 15 plus, Campbell, 10 plus points, plus 110. The reason I like that, obviously, Abaji's a stud. He's a National Player of the Year candidate. I don't love this game, like you said, Bill. It's another one I don't really love. I love the next two. I don't love this Kansas-Providence. I could see Providence hanging. I could even see them winning. I just think Kansas is the superior team. So Kansas will be a parlay piece for me. I'll throw that in there in a minute. But I do like Abaji in this spot. I think this is a good spot for him, and he's a big-time player. But Tiger Campbell on UCLA they're going to have to put Leaky Black on either Juzang or Jaquez throughout the game. They're probably not going to put him on Campbell. So Leaky's a fantastic defender. So you're going to have one of the two main wing options, probably a little neutralized, and we won't know. It's kind of like a shadow corner in the NFL. We won't really know who he's going to be on and where he's going to spend most of his time. But that should leave Tiger Campbell free. He's got over this number pretty much every game in the important games that they played in the tournament. So I like that parlay. Abaji 15, Campbell 10. We talked about UCLA. I love UCLA. It's my favorite bet on the board. And my second favorite bet on the board is actually the next game, and it's Miami, Bill. I know you pretty much want nothing to do with this game, I'm assuming, Miami, Iowa State. But I really like this Miami team.
Yeah, I got nothing on this one. Haven't really watched either of them much this year. I've seen a lot of people say Miami tonight. That was a lot of favorable picks. But I just don't know. I don't know enough on it to give a pick out about it. But yeah, I'm probably just going to leave it alone. I'm just going to go with UCLA. I'm not going to get stuck on any other shitty game I don't want to bet today.
It's the right move to just go all in UCLA. Yeah.
Money line's too high to put a fucking in with anything else. I'm just going to leave it. UCLA it is for me. That's what I'm doing.
I actually had Miami beating Auburn in my bracket. So I had Miami here in my bracket. I had them in the Sweet 16. We had a prop on them plus 500 to make the Sweet 16 too, which we cashed. So this is a team I have a good read on, and I think they're very good. And I'm so sick of everyone talking about fucking Wong like he's the only player on this team. This team's deep, dude. This team's got a few guys that could fucking score. Wong isn't even their top scorer. McGusty is. So they got McGusty. They have Wong. They got Moore who can get buckets. They got Miller who can get buckets. And the other kid, I forget, it's Wartenberg or something like that. Wartenberg, whatever the fuck his name is. But their starting five is actually pretty fucking legit. And they're deep. This is a team that can make some fucking noise. They're going to basically play that five, right? They're going to go out there. They're going to play this starting five, and they're all weapons on the court. They just smacked the shit out of Auburn. So this Iowa State team, I don't like. I don't think they're good. Maybe I'm wrong on them. Maybe I'm just fucking retarded. But I think this Iowa State team sucks, honestly. So I'm going to be going with Miami in this one. I'm going to lay the 150. And I'm probably going to have some parlay pieces too. Miami's the type of team where you could take like 3 or 4 guys on the team to get 10 plus points and you'll probably get it. But I just don't. I mean, listen, I think LSU played like shit against Iowa State, but probably the worst game they played all year. And they didn't have a coach and they still almost beat them. And Wisconsin, I mean, God, fucking Wisconsin played the worst game I've ever seen in my entire life and still we're in a dogfight with them. So if Miami does anything offensively, which Iowa State is a good defensive team, I think they take this home. So that's it for the college basketball rundown. Hope you got UCLA championship futures in because they're going to win it all. Next, Bill Rupp, NBA. What do you like?
Today, again, the season's winding down.
You grab a water.
What?
Grab a water.
The season is winding down. It's, these games are getting harder to bet on the sides. Missed a prop yesterday. Mobley had it, and then he had one, and then he just never got another one. So we lost out on that. But tonight I am going with, hold on, let me see, Tobias Harris, over 2.5 assists. I like that a lot. I think that's very low. He's been getting that number in the past few games, even though Harden is there now. Tobias Harris gotten over his Harden shock or whatever of coming in and basically taking his spot. But 2.5 assists when he spells Harden or even when they're in the game together, I like that a lot. So Tobias Harris over 2.5 assists, I think that should be 3.5 actually. At minus 110 is a fucking steal. So I'm all over that tonight in the association.
What about my Heat versus the Knicks here? What's your take on it? I haven't been following the NBA too closely lately.
I mean, the Knicks.
Is that worth a parlay piece? Because I was kind of looking for like a minus 200-300 to parlay with a couple things.
The Knicks are so up and down. I mean, it depends who's playing for them tonight. Because they've had some people out.
Yeah, I want the. I think the NBA is just. I feel like I get fucked on the NBA when I bet by myself, no matter what I do. Like it's like every time something seems too easy in the NBA this time of year, it just gets sideways on me. I mean, I thought the Nets playing Memphis without Morant was like just.
I mean, Miami's been having a little bit of problems. Like they've had a fight on the bench the other day, and
See, I haven't been following it that closely. Yeah, I've been so.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler's fighting with.
All I know is the Celtics are beating fucking everybody. That's all I know.
I mean, listen, I told you they're one of my favorite teams. Spoke about it on Rupp and Rackets. I like.
Oh my God, Bill, you weren't in the chat when this went on, dude. Hold on. Since you're towing into the conspiracy waters, since you're getting a little baptized, we'll just take your head and dip you back into the conspiracy waters here. Did you hear what Jaylen Brown said about why the Celtics are doing what they're doing?
No. Because they're making the shots?
Hold on.
And they're playing defense?
Hold on. I have to read it. I'm sorry for the delay. I know this is bad air.
Tatum is scoring like 30-something points a game?
I know. That is not it either. That is not one. That's not it. I have to find it. I got to scroll through all my hatred yesterday.
They're my pick right now to win the East. I can't do anything with the Nets right now. I'm just gonna put it out. I'm just gonna, if the Nets win, I'm just gonna take the L on it. There's nothing I can do. I don't like them enough. I can say, I told you guys, the Nets, blah blah blah. From where they're coming in on the play-in game and shit like that, and everything else. Now, even though this Kyrie thing is situated, Ben Simmons will not see a game in a Nets uniform. I told you that weeks ago. He will not play. That did nothing for him. I do like the trade, though, that they got Seth and Drummond. They're both awesome. But I am going with the Celtics to win the East.
All right. I don't hate it. And you ready for this, Bill?
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown on the Celtics chasing the 1 seed. This is in quotes. It's crazy, right? I knew the energy was about to shift, so I'm glad we're here now. He explains that the energy shift tweet was that things weren't going right for the Celtics because Mercury was in retrograde. Jaylen Brown. People that follow that type of thing understand that the retrograde was about to end. It was all connected. Some people don't believe in that stuff, but that's what Jaylen was talking about.
I mean, they were shitty when that wasn't happening. So
you rip on me for talking about Mercury retrograde and taking my I take a retro break, Evan, because I'm terrible every year, even going back to my stock trading days. The 3 or 4 days heading into retrograde and the 3 or 4 days into it. It spirals.
It's so ridiculous.
So Bill hates it, but it's real. It's fact. It's literally a true fact that's been documented for 2 years in this company and 15 years. Like I have
in your fucking head, dude.
He thinks it's because it's in my head that all of a sudden I put bad bets in. I don't know. But maybe. All right, fine. But I now have Jaylen Brown, saying that the only reason the Celtics got hot a couple months ago was because Mercury came out of retrograde and they were just in a bad spot. Bill Rupp, how do you feel about that?
Maybe because him and Tatum hated each other and they wanted to kill each other.
Because of Mercury retrograde.
Oh, maybe because they just didn't like each other. I mean, that has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, listen, I don't give a fuck. As long as they win the East, he can think whatever the fuck he wants. I can think whatever I want. And there we go.
I kind of hope that they win the East because of Jaylen Brown, so that Bill has to give all the credit to someone who believes in Mercury retrograde. Like that would be I would take the loss on the Miami or Nets coming out, just to have Bill have to root for Jaylen Brown, who after every game talks about how great Mercury retrograde his recovery has been from it. Do we have any NHL picks before we bring Michael on here?
Ghost did give one out.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be the Colorado Avalanche team total over 3.5. He said you can take 4 if you want, and they're playing the Stinky Flyers, so he likes this bet a lot.
And I am a Stinky Flyers fan, and I would have to agree with that bet.
I like that.
Bill, what do you think of the Rangers today versus the Penguins? Any interest?
No, not to bet. Just doing the future. Not going to do the Rangers game by game. Just love the Stanley Cup run.
All right, way to put me right in my place. Just check me right at the door.
Yep,
Don't let me steer you down any road.
Don't do it.
I'm with you there. We got Constantino, Harry?
Yes, sir.
All right. I keep thinking I keep forgetting it's Friday, Bill. I've had no idea what day it is. The whole fucking March Madness. It's fucking unbelievable.
Hey,
Bill, look at this.
Holy
camera,
shit.
looking good, looking tan, nice hair, at his face. Right on. Hold on. Guys, What are the odds that when he first speaks, we can hear him clearly?
100%. I think it's
Mike?
gonna happen. He's fucking with us.
I'm kidding.
He's fucking with us.
I pumped him.
That was good.
That was good, right?
That was very good.
So, what's going on?
Nothing much. Did you hear about the last segment that we just did about Jaylen Brown giving all the credits to the Celtics win at Mercury
Retro?
Retro?
That long to boast because I did see your tweet probably about 3 or 4 days ago. So shocked that you held out that long.
You're a believer in Mercury retrograde, right?
Yeah, I am.
So, do you think it's crazy like Bill does, or no?
No, I mean it's the universe. It's hard to argue science.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
With it. So, Michael,
Yes.
what are we doing for UFC? A little recap from last week. We had Patty to Batty come out and fucking do work. It was exciting to see. We got some controversy going on with Masvidal Covington getting to a fight in Miami. A lot to talk about here. So start wherever you want. Then we'll get into the picks.
Well, yeah, last sideways MMA guys wrote Constantino with the fake out. That's right. I fucking punked Tommy. Last week we split the free bets here. We hit with Tom Aspinall in the main event. It was a small favorite, and I just don't get it. I really think he's the next big thing. He can strike, he can box. We hit that. And then we split our parlay, which ultimately is a loss. But this week, we have a couple of tough fights this week. We have a minus 900 line, probably about 4 to 5 fights over 500. Real tough card overall, but let's get right into it. So we're going to play a fight to end inside the distance, and then we're going to also have a parlay. So let's first go with the girl gang parlay. We're going to have Carol Rosa, and we're going to parlay her with Alexa Grasso. So Carol Rosa is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. She's fighting Sarah McMahon, who's an Olympic-level wrestler. But Sarah McMahon is one of those fighters who was like my Alex Hernandez, where when I watched them fight, I say to myself, they're done, and I can't wait to bet against them next time. And she fits right into that category. And I actually bet on Rosa a lot, ironically. I like her skill set. I think that she's going to be able to win the striking on the feet. And McMahon most likely, inevitably, will get it to the ground. She's known for good top control, but if it doesn't go her way, she's been also known to quit. So I think Rose is going to have the get-up game as a jiu-jitsu black belt, and I think she's going to win the striking affair. And I'm going to pair her with Alexa Grasso, who has good volume on the feet. She's fighting Joanne Wood. Grasso's got good takedown defense. I just see her being a better overall fighter. I like to line shop, as you know, so I found the plus 107 on FanDuel by parlaying them together, and that was right before I came on the show, so it's still out there. So our free bet parlay is going to be Alexa Grasso and Carol Rosa in the gang girl parlay. And then we're going to go – here's a fight. So if you want to get really cute, you could take this fight and add it into the parlay or play the inside the distance like I'm going to play now. So I found – an angle on a fight I like, and I found line value. So I took a plus 175 on the inside the distance at MGM, and I see it as low as plus 125 on FanDuel. DraftKings has plus 150. So it's really all over the place. And if you have some offshores, the MyBookie and BetUS, they're on the higher side. Take back 160, 170. And that's Latifi. Latifi is fighting Alexei Oleinik. Oleinik, someone I had at my gym. I've trained with him. He's a one-trick pony. This fight has a combined 82 years of age between the two, and Oleinik has like about 80 fights himself. And his famous move is an Ezekiel choke, which he can hit from any position. I unfortunately was on the receiving end. I actually mounted him in a grappling exchange, and I was on top, and I got like Ezekiel choked from the bottom. I mean, it's like a move that just doesn't happen, and he hits it from every single position. But if he doesn't get the takedown, it's hard to hit. He has hit them standing, so I can't say it's impossible. But on the flip side, Latifi has 100% takedown defense. He's a short, squat, Olympic-level wrestler, and 100% takedown defense and double-digit UFC fights. And he looks like a mailbox. It's going to be really hard for Oleinik to get him down. And he's also never been submitted. He has knockout power, and I'm going to play him inside the distance. I got back 175 on that. So to recap, we have Latifi inside the distance plus 175. I played that at MGM. And then we have Grasso and Rosa plus 107, and I played that on FanDuel. So
okay. Just real quick, 30 seconds on the headlining fight. Blades, you think Blades gets it done?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Dawkins, as you know, a local kid. He fought for me, and I love Blades. I mean, Blades is the best wrestler in the heavyweight division. He's in really good shape. I have seen him, though, in danger by getting clipped in the past, but he's always been able to overcome it and get the fight to the ground, and I think that's what's going to happen here. Dawkins is going to have fast hands. I just don't think that Blades is going to waste any time. He's going to get him down, smother him, and perhaps TKO him from ground and pound. Tough fight for Dawkins.
Final thing here, and Bill, if you or Evan want to chime in on this too. I know we talked a little bit about the Masvidal Covington thing where Masvidal ran up on him with his crew in a mask with a hoodie on from behind and snuck him. Everyone seems to have difference of opinions of it. I know a lot of people hate Colby, so they're saying, good, he deserved it. There's people like me who say you should never jump anyone or sneak anyone from behind if you're a man. You just don't do that. You were in the fight game. You were hanging out with the Nate Diaz's and Nick Diaz's, who were the street troublemakers of that day. What's your take on it? As someone who was in the world,
I'm embarrassed for Masvidal. Honestly, I mean, he fought 5 rounds with Colby Covington and got his ass absolutely kicked. And more disappointingly, he snuck him. I mean, what kind of man, runs up behind somebody that just soundly whip your ass and then sneak them
in a mask and a hood?
Yeah, but further than that, they're using the guise of like, he talked about my kids. He didn't really talk about his kids. He talked about him being a deadbeat dad. Yes. And that's the part that like is confusing in the media. I just don't like the fact of running up on somebody and sneaking them after you just got whooped. I mean, it's just it's not for me. So I don't like that. So.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I think the kids thing is bullshit.
And I like Masvidal too. I mean, it's hard, but I just don't agree with it. The way it went down.
Like I think I said it on here. He didn't talk about his kids. He talked about him being a bad dad to his kids. He didn't talk about his kids. He didn't say your fucking stupid 8-year-old son's retarded or your fucking daughter's ugly. He said you're a deadbeat dad. You're a shit dad to your kids.
That's my understanding of it too. So
I mean, it's such a bullshit excuse, and everyone's going, "Oh, you crossed the line. You crossed the line." Stop it. Stop it. You also don't talk about people's finances and financial obligations and all the.
Listen, it's the fight game, but I'm going to blow your mind with even one further. Ariel Helwani released a clip from early on when he was with the MMA Hour before even ESPN, and it's Masvidal on his show saying that he's known for sneaking people with sucker punches. And Ariel Helwani goes, sucker punches? He goes, that's nothing to be proud of. That's bad. He goes, well, where I come from in the street in Miami and blah, blah, blah. That's what it's about. I'm a sucker punch king. And he's literally on video saying that that's what he does. He sucker punches people. So, I mean, I've been hanging out with some street guys, and I don't think they pride themselves on sucker punching somebody. I think they pride themselves on rolling up and saying, let's go. What do you want to do? So I don't agree with it.
I mean, it was kind of like Tekashi 6ix9ine writing a whole song about how he's a snitch and bragging about it. Like, there's certain things like you don't really brag about.
Today's world, I mean, expect the unexpected.
Yeah, and the
look at me, I'm centered and everything. This is great.
I know you really are. We got to get
the Tommy fake out like.
So all right. So next time we need a little piece of advice. We're each going to give you one tip. So me, Evan, and Bill will each give you one piece of advice for next time. Now that you've come so far, we're so proud of you. You actually came on
my Dr. Evil chair. I got it from the ghost.
Okay, so Evan, I'll let you go first. What is one piece of advice you give Constantino to perfect his cameos next week?
Direct lighting. You need like a ring light or something coming on you.
Well, hold on, wait.
See, I actually think the lighting's fine. I think he looks all right. I think he looks good.
It's just like a marketing thing. It's like if you turn a light on, you see like my face is so bright, light. My room's bright. See, that's well,
actually, you got fucking UFO rings as a reflection in Curly from the Three Stooges behind you.
All right, Bill, what is one piece of advice you would give?
Who is that? Is that Curly from the Three Stooges?
Who?
Over your right shoulder, yeah. Who's that?
That's Evan Hand.
That's Mac Miller.
Oh.
I think Mike did everything great today.
Thank you, Bill.
And no positive critique? No positive.
I mean, I don't see anything that I would have said is bad. I mean, maybe a little bit more centered, but that's it.
45. How much more centered can I get? You want me to
that would be perfect. But I didn't even want to say that. I think everything is good.
Okay, so I'll give the feedback. So yes, I would say a little more.
He's dying to. He can't wait.
The only thing I'm going to say is, first of all, we got to do something about that wall. I've been to your office.
I got stuff up.
No, I know you got shit up everywhere, but all I see on your background is the bottom of a picture and a fucking little half of a whiteboard. You got all these beautiful pictures of you with Mike Tyson and fighters and everything. Like, set it up. Put a little background behind you here. 1 and 2. Let's get that chin up a tiny bit higher next time. Just the camera down a little bit. Let's move that center of that head so we got a nice differential because you're a little bit.
I hit the chair down like this.
Yeah, you were a little like this for a lot.
How's that?
Yeah, it's still a little low. What we want to do is when you watch it, you want the same distance between your chin and the bottom and your head.
Better?
Not like this. You want it like this. Yeah,
That's good.
closer. We're getting there. We're working. But Mike, great job. Great job. It's happened. Any final words here, Mikey?
Let's fuck. It's March Madness. It's UFC. Thank you for Houston last night. Thank you for Villanova. Hit a little hiccup with Gonzaga, which I'm going to roast you for because you didn't like them originally. And I saw your tweet on that too. But tonight we're fucking with UCLA, baby.
Yeah.
Now, is that Ramirez or what his name is playing?
What's up? Yeah, Jaquez is playing.
Jaquez, rather?
Yeah, he's playing.
Okay, good. All right, so get in for the UFC. We got, we're rolling. We're up 32 units this year, so let's go.
Let's keep it rocking. Bill Rupp, final words.
Collect on Mondays, and that's about it. Got nothing else today. Oh, NASCAR this weekend. I'm going to give out where we have Kyle Busch Saturday racing in the Truck Series, minus 135.
I'll put that in here. Hold on. I'll write that in the sheet for you.
You can bet that, but we also are with somebody because if he's at the end with one of his teammates, he usually lets him win, like me and Hoffman have been figuring out. So you got to join to find out who to pair him with.
So Kyle
Hey,
Busch.
Bill, I got to interrupt for a second because I didn't even see this. Theezy3 in the chat said Rupp 45 isn't even centered. So you're telling me to center up, and you're not even centered. And you're a carpenter.
I'm pretty centered.
Not really. I think you're further off kilter than I am, and you're a carpenter. You should be ashamed.
You should be ashamed.
But I didn't really have any. I didn't have any critique on you. I said that would be the
You
only.
said I'm not centered.
Well, here's the thing. So
But
from a centering standpoint, as the artiste who was the first to point out that Evan's pictures were a disaster behind him, his visual frame is full, right?
There's so much going on. I love it. I want to see all those.
He's weighted here, but he's got the end of the couch and helmets and all that other stuff here, so it's balanced. With yours, it's you here and then just white wall, so it seems even further off. So you don't necessarily.
I'll put something in there.
Like if you literally just stuck a cool pixel there, you wouldn't even need to be centered.
All right, I'll put some stuff over here.
Yeah, that's
or maybe
right there.
or maybe take the stuff that's there and just put it.
I don't know why. Well, it's decor for the office, not for my Zoom, which I know I should, but we'll figure.
We're gonna make you a little corner. We're gonna make Con Man.
I got enough shit not hanging that's on the floor that we'll put somewhere.
We'll make Con Man's corner. We're gonna make you a little corner. Stick in the corner.
That.
No one puts baby in the corner.
That Leonardo DiCaprio picture in your office and your house would look great here in my office.
You want this one? You want that one?
Well, I want that one, but that's hanging. But the DiCaprio one, Bill's in a box. I mean, give it to me. I'll hang it in the office.
Maybe. We'll see. So many bets you win me this weekend. Evan Hand, final words.
There were 200 people in here, 250 people in here, and we have 90 likes. So if you didn't like the video, you got to like it right now. And also, if you do want to sign up for BetUS, that's in the link in bio. I know I've been saying that for a while, but the link wasn't working. But now it's working. So if you want to do that, click it. It'll take you right to it. That's it.
Click, clack. And if you want to sign up for 4 deep bets, get over there now. We are fucking. Well, we still have promos going on. Get over 4deepbets.com, number 4deepbets.com. Go in there. Huge weekend. Elite 8. We're finishing off the Sweet 16 today. We got Kyle Busch racing in the Truck Series. We got NASCAR on Sunday. Bill, what happens Sunday night?
Oscars.
We're betting on the Oscars. We got bets all over the place on the fucking Oscars. Me and Bill have a max bet, and we will have, of course, the return of the Rupp Broadcasting Network, starring your host, Bill Rupp, and Tommy G. Tommy G talking about Illuminatis and Cabal. Maybe Bill now, too, because now he's a conspiracy theorist. And Bill talking about boobs and butts and everything else you want, golf, tennis, you fucking name it. We got it. 4deepbets.com. Get over there. Sign up. Good luck. Stay cashing, motherfuckers. See you Tuesday.
Let's go!